Good morning, meteorologist Kerry Cooper here. Lots of clouds across southeast Texas and southwestern Louisiana this late Thursday morning. That's doing two things. Number one, it's keeping the temperatures down. This is all cloud debris from rain and storms way off to our east and southeast. And number two, it's going to keep the atmosphere fairly stable. So I think this afternoon, rainfall wise, I think we're in pretty good shape. I think it's going to be pretty quiet the rest of the day. Now, as we head toward dark, from the Sabine River eastward, maybe Orange County getting in on some showers, and then the activity will pick up later tonight into tomorrow morning. Here's our Roofing 911 Skycam network over in Orange, sponsored by the Horseman's Western Store. You can see it is overcast and orange as well. You know, that's really keeping the temperatures down. We're only in the lower to mid 80s. Yesterday at this time we had some 87s, 88s already. So we're looking for highs today around 90, maybe 91 or so. Depends on if we're getting sun at all. It's overcast right now. It's pretty thick across southeast Texas. Not much wind out there. The winds are fairly light as well. And we're expecting dry conditions for most of the area the rest of the day. I think from Orange County eastward, as we said, we'll have a 30% coverage of showers and storms toward dark, and then increasing area wide later tonight into tomorrow morning. Now here's our Roofing 911 Skycam network here in Beaumont, sponsored by Packard and LaPrade. Also mostly cloudy to cloudy conditions across the region this morning, and most of the area should be dry the rest of the afternoon. Notice the winds even here in Beaumont, pretty light this afternoon, so not much wind at all. Now we could see some gusty winds at times and some of the showers that work in from the east and northeast later tonight and tomorrow morning. Now here's up in Jasper, getting a few breaks up there in the clouds. This is our camera up in Jasper, sponsored by Provalis. Partly sunny there, so temperatures will warm up a little bit quicker in the lake. So you may see some scattered showers and thunderstorms up there this afternoon as well at around 30% right now. And we'll jump that to a 50% coverage, it looks like, overnight tonight, then 70 to 80% coming up for tomorrow, especially tomorrow morning into the early afternoon hours. So a little bit warmer up in Jasper, the lakes. You're seeing a few breaks in the clouds, but overall, I think mostly partly sunny to mostly cloudy skies. That's the way it's looking the rest of the day as all that moisture comes in from Louisiana, and even outside our 12 studios here, overcast to mostly cloudy, sponsored by Mid-County Plumbing. So hey, that's helping us out on our temperatures a little bit. We can't complain. We had some mid 90s yesterday, and that'll be returning next week, by the way, as high pressure and drier air builds in. But for today, it's going to help us out. Thinking maybe 90, 91 for a high the way it's looking this afternoon. So a little break from the heat, and certainly tomorrow we're expecting highs only to be in the 80s, maybe just some mid to upper 80s coming up for your Friday. Allergy report, it's not bad at all. The tree and the grass, we're in good shape there. The mold's in the medium category, so is the weed. So hey, not complaining there whatsoever. A bit of improvement. Now the mold will probably go up a little bit again with the rain we're expecting later tonight and tomorrow. Temperatures low to mid 80s, 82 Beaumont and Orange, 84 Port Arthur, 85 Kirbyville, 84 Jasper. Out to the west, Houston, they're in the mid 80s, so they're starting to get in on some of the mid and high level clouds as well. Lake Charles at 85 degrees, once again highs pretty close to 90 coming up this afternoon. They're pretty warm, but hey, it's better than mid 90s, right? Yesterday was really hot across the area. Now, if you want cooler weather and you want rain, you'll like the forecast later tonight, tomorrow, because after that it's going to start drying out, heating up for a few days the way it looks. All right, let's take a little tour of radar. Things are pretty quiet across southeast Texas. We have some light showers south of Sabine Pass, east of Cameron. Very, very light stuff even now around Lafayette. So I think most of the afternoon is going to be pretty quiet. We get a little bit of heating, we get a little more unstable. With tropical air working in, we'll start seeing some showers and storms pop to our east. Those will work to the west, southwest, probably into parts of Orange County late today. Talking right toward dark, we'll give it a 30% coverage for our eastern areas on over into southwest Louisiana. Now, as the overnight goes on, showers and a few thunderstorms will begin to increase from the east and northeast into the area, especially near the coastline on into southwestern Louisiana. Some of the flooding type heaviest rains will be from, let's say, eastern Cameron Parish on over toward Lafayette to pretty close to Lake Charles coming up late tonight, tomorrow morning. But we'll be pretty close to that So we'll be watching radar carefully coming up tomorrow morning. Kind of zooming in on that area. Just some sprinkles south of Lake Charles, east of Cameron into the Gulf. Some light to moderate rain from Lafayette, some moderate rain around New Iberia. Morgan City, you're in some moderate to heavy rain now looking at radar. And there's been some rainfall totals, especially northeast of Morgan City around Thibodaux and Houma, of over a half a foot of rain already in those areas. It's actually spreading on off to the west, northwest very, very slowly. A lot of this stuff that you see late night, early morning will weaken in the late morning and afternoon hours. The tropical air masses usually do that, and then the rains start picking up pretty heavily overnight. We see that a lot with tropical air, and that'll be the case again this afternoon. So pretty wet days. Having travel plans to eastern Louisiana, Baton Rouge, New Orleans overnight tomorrow. Be on the lookout because that's where some of the heaviest rains will be over the next 24 hours. Anyway, you see the clouds spreading in from the east. Mid-level moisture coming in now, and a few sprinkles, as we said, south of Sabine Pass. That's about it. So bottom line is the entire moisture mass is moving to the west, so we're going to have a lot of clouds the rest of the day and tonight and tomorrow, and the rain chances and coverages will be on the increase. You want sunshine. North Texas looking good. Central Texas, hill country, finally getting some dry weather out there. Southwest Texas looking pretty good as well. But you can see what's left of that disturbance on the Louisiana coastline. Wasn't going to develop anyway. Looking at wind shear back 2 days ago, wind shear was just too strong in the central and northeastern Gulf, the proximity to land. So hey, that's great news. The name Dexter will have to wait until the next system it develops somewhere in the Atlantic, Caribbean, or in the Gulf. A few thunderstorms also have developed around Oklahoma City. An upper level disturbance there rotating around our big ridge of high pressure that's located to our north and to our northeast. The eastern Gulf, just some scattered showers there south of Pensacola, Panama City. Those are working north. That's just typical summer showers for Florida, but the peninsula of Florida itself actually pretty dry with just a few widely scattered showers there. Things are dry off to our northeast, Tuscaloosa, Atlanta, Charleston. You're in pretty good shape. Dry air and high pressure is controlling your weather. Of course, the rainfall across southern Louisiana continuing to work on off to the west, weakening, but it'll redevelop from time to time, especially during those overnight hours and into the morning. So what little circulation there was, and it was hard to find because it was getting so sheared, was about to move inland anyway. So no development with this, just a good chance of rain late tonight and tomorrow morning. And you can see the rest of the tropics were in pretty good shape. Just a few scattered storms in the southern Gulf. Those are working eastward. Nothing to worry about there. A little bit of activity maybe with a weak upper level low in the Bahamas. Nothing to worry about there. So it looks like the tropics are going to be quiet now again for the next 7 to 10 days. That should get us through July into the first part of August. And then we'll see if things really start picking up in August and September coming up. But overall, the tropics, pretty good shape, except for our good chance of rain later tonight and tomorrow. All right, moisture fields. All right, middle part of the atmosphere. Now, this is 7 o'clock this evening. 7 o'clock tonight, you see the moisture in the mid-levels really approaching the Sabine River, some of the deepest moisture from the Sabine eastward. Now, we'll put this in motion, kind of zoom out a little bit, put this in motion. Notice the deep moisture right overhead late tonight into tomorrow. So that'll be some of our best chances for any heavy rain late tonight, tomorrow morning, probably up until around noon. That's how tropical air works. You get the heavy storms and heavy rains late at night to about mid to late morning, then you get a break and it redevelops again at night. But see some of our deepest moisture coming up late tonight and tomorrow. Then as we head into Saturday, it really starts drying out in the mid-levels, especially early in the day too. But we'll keep a 30 to 40% coverage going Saturday. So even though the mid-levels begin to dry out, we'll still have enough low-level moisture in place on Saturday for scattered showers and thunderstorms, with that deepest moisture beginning to shift on off to the north of southeast Texas. And notice by Saturday evening, really dry air coming in at around 10,000 feet from the south and southeast. And as we head into Sunday into next week, high pressure begins to build in and we really dry out even in the low level. So virtually no chance of rain beginning Sunday into the early part of next week. We'll see how long that continues before we start seeing high pressure weaken a little bit again and moisture increasing again. Of course, we'll update that again later on today when we get some new data. All right, model forecasted rain. This is a European model. This is basically between now, or I should say this evening, till Saturday evening. Of course, every model is going to show something different. Most of our global models, the GFS European, showing anywhere from 1/2 to 1 to 2 inches of rain. Now this model here is showing 2 to 3 inches, and that's not out of the question either. Okay, that's not out of the question. This is the graph model, I believe, but notice from Liberty County through our area all the way into Louisiana, some 2 to 4 inch rains are possible. Now, we're not talking the entire viewing area seeing 2 to 4 inches, no, but there could be some spots see 2 to 4 inches. It wouldn't shock me. Maybe some isolated heavier totals, especially near the coastline. We talked about this earlier, near the coast, especially down toward Cameron, south of Lake Charles to Lafayette. That seems to be the core, basically from east of Sabine Pass to Lafayette. Could be the core of some of the biggest rains coming up late tonight and tomorrow morning. But you know, a 2 inch, not out of the question. Parts of the triangle, lakes as well, 2 inches, not out of the question. Some areas saw that a couple of days ago with some of the summer afternoon thunderstorms we had. So, you know, could be some heavy rains in spots. Be on the lookout for that coming up for tomorrow morning. Now, let's take a look at Futurecast. I think it's doing a pretty good job right now. I think we're quiet most of the day. Rest of the day, I think we're in good shape. We have a lot of clouds, so we're not going to have a lot of thunderstorms develop just to our northeast because of heating. So that's going to help us there a little bit. But notice as we head toward this evening, a few showers beginning to work in from the northeast, mainly in Orange County eastward. I think that's a pretty good call on that model there. 10 o'clock, we're okay, but notice what happens as we head toward 2, 3, 4 a.m. The showers and storms kind of start increasing pretty much right over the area just to our northeast. They work southwest because remember everything is going counterclockwise. Low pressure, see, southwest there. So that'll be our chance of heaviest rains will be late tonight into tomorrow morning. It could be over us, could be over Lake Charles. There's just no way to forecast which exact location we'll see the heaviest rain. Just the potential's there for some 1 to 3 inch rains with isolated heavier totals. So keep that in mind. Tomorrow throughout the day, the rains continuing on and off, beginning to taper off late tomorrow.